really want to talk about a very disturbing trend that I've noticed with online entrepreneurs in 2026, and it has to do with AI. I think we all noticed, if you think back to 2025, it was the year that everybody decided they would jump into AI tools. And we were all on the bandwagon of let's reduce our time, let's speed things up, let's get stuff done. And there was this huge hunger, I think, to use these great tools that are at our fingertips to just pump out more content, to be able to do more things and not have to do it all yourself. However, what people also did, and maybe this is you, maybe not, but a lot of people decided that they would just trust whatever their AI tool told them. So the things that came out of their AI tool were taken as the gospel truth, like this is exactly what I need. And as they use the tools more and more and ask more questions, they were starting to not only do research, but to take advice and guidance from their AI tool. Now, let's temper this a little bit, because in some cases, taking advice from the AI tool is probably fine, especially if you've asked it to do a how-to, like how do I create a live video on YouTube, or how do I set up a camera, with X amount of lighting. There are many things that your AI tool can give you really specific steps. Fantastic. That is really great. But what a lot of people did, and I saw so many people posting prompts that they're using for their AI, which was asking them basically to come up with their business strategy, to determine what their marketing strategy should be, how to position, what sort of products they should offer. Literally, people were outsourcing the core strategy of their business to a computer, a tool, and not a very old one either, like a relatively new tool that humans created to analyze data. Now, when you think about this for a moment, the data that AI has access to is what already exists. It is not, and you know this when you think about it for more than 2 seconds, AI is not a predictor of the future. AI is not an all-seeing spirit guide up there in the universe looking down and knowing you and understanding you and able to give you specific advice for your situation. Unfortunately, even though it sounds like it really knows you, and how clever is it, right, when you ask those questions and it gives you answers, it's no different to reading a horoscope in the paper, when someone's written it in a way that you could read it and think, oh, that does apply to me. Well, AI is no different. It's actually just been really well trained to do that and actually to give you the answer that you want. So it's been trained to agree with you. It's been trained to give you something that sounds, on the surface level when you first read it, it just sounds like it's ideal. But dig a bit deeper next time you ask your AI something, or maybe you've even been using it today. But I want you to just really take a moment to read what it has said and dissect it. Because I guarantee if you step away from it and come back and reread it again, it's going to feel like it's very flat. It's very surface level. And the reason being is, number one, that, as I mentioned before, it's analyzing the information it has available, which is what already exists, which is what it's gathering or able to access data across the internet. That's what exists already. It's not taking into account your specific situation and the things that pertain to you, or being able to see the future of where it is that you should go. So it's not really able to help advise you strategically, except based on the past. And what do you do when you are creating the future based on the past? Well, you're just going to be creating the same future that you're currently living, because your current situation is an output of past decisions, past information. What has already existed has got you to here today. So what got you here is not going to get you to your next level if if you're trusting AI to literally tell you your business strategy, to tell you your marketing strategy, to help you make those really important decisions around your direction and what you should do, it is creating more of what you already think and know. The thing about AI is it can't see in your blind spots. It's really not able to look and see beyond what it is that you're telling it. And I know that when I say that, you're thinking, well, it does give me different answers to what I've said. But it's very cleverly designed to take those questions and to look at the responses and answers that other people have been given who've asked similar questions. And it's giving you back what other people have said, that's great, or yes, I want that, or I like that. So the more and more we're leveraging and leaning into AI as the tool, the more generic, the more similar, the more it's like we're generalizing into more of the same and becoming very cookie cutter as opposed to being very different. Now, that to me is a major red flag. Like, if you're going to be in business today in 2026 and you think that you can do business by being the same as everybody else, well, that's why so many businesses were struggling in 2025.
Hey, do you know the main difference between the top coaches, thought leaders, and experts and everyone else? Well, maybe we could ask the question, like, how did they become the sought after expert in their area? Well, let me tell you, it's not big advertising budgets. It's not some secret funnel or social media hack that they're doing that no one else knows about. And it's not a big audience or doing PR. Yes, they may do those things. They might have a big budget now and a big audience and have PR, but that's not the reason why they became the sought after expert. What they did that no one else has done to that same level is that they got laser focused on their area of specialization. They got radically clear about it. They became bold. They claimed their space and they stood in it. They talked about it. They didn't try to go broad. They didn't try to serve all of the people. And even though you may look at them now and think, but they do now, they didn't when they started, when they began, when they first got to their first 100K, 200K, even probably 1 million, they were laser focused in one area. So if you're tired of being just another voice in the crowd, another person who's struggling to be seen and heard because, let's face it, it's crowded out there, then the best thing that you can do for your business is to zone in on your area of expertise. What makes you unique, special? What is the difference that you bring that can make you stand apart from others? And it's not in your service offering, by the way. That's where a lot of people try to do it. They try to just offer something different. That's not it, because it turns into a pricing decision in that case. I'm talking about your positioning in the market. If you're not positioned as the go-to expert, then you'll never be seen as the go-to expert. You'll never become the sought-after expert who has a wait list full of people lining up to work with you. So how do you do it? What is that? Well, I've developed a framework that has helped so many coaches, consultants, and service providers who've come into my world to create their own category, to literally create a space in their niche where they stand out, where they shine. And I've now made it available to you as a standalone program. It's literally just 7 days. I call it the Niche Buster because this is where you come in and by the end of just 7 days, you have your breakthrough niche, meaning this is the niche that is the perfect fit for you, perfect fit for where you want to be with your business in the market and for your own ideal clients. There is no carbon copy of anyone else going on. This is literally the one that has been custom made, tailored for you and your business. Right now, I'm offering you a crazy 75% off that program, but it's not for long. It's only literally going to close really soon. So jump over to the link in the show notes here. Scroll down, click on the link for the Niche Buster program. Go through, claim that 75%, and then you can enroll. You will have access to this. This is a lifetime access program, but I encourage you not to wait a lifetime before you do it. It's only 7 days. It is so short. One little piece each day. You can fit it in and around your busy schedule. It's been designed that way so that you can get it in, get it done, and within 1 week from now, if you do this right now, in a week's time, you're going to be in a totally different zone for your business. How exciting is that? Let's get into it, get started, and I can't wait to hear how you get on.
Because they started trusting their AI. They were following AI's direction and instruction, using it as their business coach, using it as their marketing strategist, literally just outsourcing the thinking to a computer that is designed to basically categorize and systemize information, generalize, summarize it, and give it to you. And that's what everyone's doing. So think about it for a minute. The more people are doing that, the more everybody is starting to have the same approach, the same thinking, the same output. And the more same you are, the more invisible you become. It's never been more important to be different, to actually stand out and have a reason why someone should say, I want to follow you. What difference is there when what you're putting out has been given to you by AI? Gosh, I would be highly, highly suspicious and wary of following AI's direction if you were going to be using it for that kind of strategy thinking. Now, you might think I'm someone who's a downer on AI and, all of those things. That's not the case. I do use it. I use AI, but very specifically for certain tasks. It's really great for doing research, getting information that could have taken you hours to find using the old methods. It's really good for that. It's great for summarizing things. It's good for picking out information from, if you've given it a whole lot of information. It's great at pulling out some core data. Still, even on those things, you do have to do a little bit of a sanity check on it yourself, because I've found AI has made up information. It's made up stats. It's made up data. And when I've dug just a couple of levels into the stats that it's given me, they have not been professionally produced data or statistics. So we just have to be so careful. And this is, I think, the biggest blind spot online entrepreneurs currently have, is how much they're relying on AI to do their thinking for it. Think about it. Your best asset, the reason that you started a business, the reason why you would have had some initial success, is because of you. It's because of your insight. It's because of your understanding of what it is that you're doing and how you're helping people. And if you're going to literally remove that and hand it over to a computer that's the same computer everyone else is using as well, you've instantly lost your competitive edge. Now, people might say, well, yes, but it's speeding up my marketing and people will buy from me because I'm me. And yeah, I've heard that before. And there is an argument around your brand where you are being yourself, and that will help people who are aligned to you to get to know you, to trust you. But it very quickly diminishes. You take away your credibility, your authority, and your authenticity the moment that you've outsourced your thinking, your strategy, and your content to AI. And that is where a lot of online businesses and entrepreneurs are using AI, because they think it's speeding up the bit that was hard before, right? And guess what? If you look around, look at those who are successful. They're not successful because they found a tool to take over from them, to speed things up from them. They're successful because they are doing what other people aren't willing to do. They're doing what is hard and other people give up on. So what's hard? Well, figuring out your go-to-market strategy. What place in the market are you going to position yourself in that you can stand out with something different, with a really strong message that's not generic, that's not automated, that doesn't sound like everyone else? Well, AI is not the place that's doing that for you. It comes from here. when it comes from within you, it carries your own energetic signature, which is unique. There is nobody else on the planet like you. So why on earth would you want to take that away and outsource it to AI? That is going to literally cut off your only grounding for that unique strength position in the market. You'll be removing it. The other thing that you really should be doing, that what people find hard, is offer development. So sometimes, very rarely, people stumble across an offer that works straight away. They're like, well, I created an offer and it sells and it works. Most of the time, there will be many iterations. So you'll create something and test it, and then think, adjust it and test it again, test again, until you find the sweet spot, until you find what's really working well for both you and for your clients, because it does need to be that win-win. There's really no point developing an offer that's a win for your client and not a win for you, because there's no sustainability in that at all. So these are the areas that a lot of people find hard, mainly because it doesn't happen overnight. It does take a little bit of time, patience, determination to get to that result. And this is what today, we're all so impatient. We want it now. We want to be, millionaires yesterday. We want to have the business that's the dream business immediately. How often do I see people saying, well, I started 3 months ago and it's not working? I'm like, gosh, 3 months? Like, give it some time. It's okay. That's normal. But you can speed it up. The thing is, it's not about outsourcing that thinking. Your competitive edge is your brain and your sight, your unique insights. Outsourcing that to AI is actually taking away your competitive edge. Even though you think you're speeding it up, it's going to take longer. So why on earth would you do that? Please see me, hear me on this. I have been in online business as an entrepreneur ever since 2010, which is this year, 16 years. So fairly long time. I've had 2 businesses of my own. I've seen many different trends come and go. Back in 2010, there was a lot about, it was e-commerce, directory websites, that was online business. Most other businesses were very little online. They had a website that was kind of like a brochure. Fast forward 16 years, everybody's online. People are using social media as a primary business method. Some don't even have websites. Most do. But the landscape has significantly changed. The thing is that the strategy that you need to have to run a business successfully has not changed. It's just the way that we're putting it out there has changed. You still need a strong market position, and you still need an offer that is what matches that positioning. That's the really nice pairing, like wine and cheese that go together. That's what happens when you have that, and that's what works. So I can hear my kids have just come home from school, and it is my daughter's birthday today. She's turned 9. So I'm going to sign off today. And if you've loved this business advice, if you want to hear more, and I'll definitely be sharing a lot more about this, about marketing specifically for coaches, consultants, online experts, going deeper into different parts of strategy, then make sure you hit subscribe on this channel, and I will tune in again, and I hope to see you there. Bye.